Okay, but my kid's not listening. I understand I did redirection, and I understand I told them to have gentle hands, and then they slap me in the face. It seems like everyone and their mother has an opinion on how you should parent. Maybe you've joined some Facebook groups and they give you suggestions on different books, how to talk so kids will listen, how to listen so kids will talk, and maybe other people go, yeah, no, definitely go with Joe Frost, and then other people go, nope, don't go with Joe Frost, that's not good. And some people say 1, 2, 3 magic, and other people go, no, that's too harsh. I'm here to tell you that there are 3 different bones in each one of these books that are the same. And I am going to give you those 3 bones so that you can change your home from chaos to calm within 24 hours. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Kristen. I am a teacher and mom of 2 myself. I specialize in children who have behavioral challenges. We're talking about young little toddlers all the way up through teenagers. And this is Mommy Breakdown, where every week I break it down so you don't have a breakdown. This parenting thing is no joke. Well, this week we are going to tackle discipline for beginners. So get your pen ready and let's break it down. Step number 1, use the 3-to-1 ratio. In every single one of these books, there is an emphasis on the fact that yes, we are going to discipline our children and have consequences to their actions, but in return, we need to establish a healthy relationship. So when I say 3-to-1, starting right now, every time you have to give a consequence, which we will talk about, you are going to then find 3 things that you notice that are desired behaviors. We are talking as small as you need to find, oh, you picked up your shirt and you put it in the laundry basket, or you took your backpack and hung it on the hook. Or you have a teenager and you say, I saw that you needed my attention and you waited next to me quietly while I was on the phone. You are going to notice 3 positive actions for every 1 undesired behavior that you will give a consequence to. The reason is, and there's research to back this up, is that if we are constantly, and when I say we, I mean us as adults as well, if we are constantly bombarded with negativity, we shut down. I'm sure you've noticed that in your home when you're having a bad day, it turns into a bad week or maybe a bad month, and you feel like you can't get out of this negative cycle. It is because you are seeing and focusing on the negative, and what we see and focus on, we get more of. Number 2, no means no, and yes means yes. In every single one of these books, it is extremely apparent that you need to know yourself as a parent. Before you speak to your child, whether it is a young child and they are asking for candy, or it is a teenager and they're asking to go to a sleepover or to get a new phone, before you speak, think about what you are going to say. Because if you say no, whether your toddler is throwing their body on the floor or your teenager is slamming doors, you are going to stick with that no. You cannot change your mind. You cannot backtrack. At least when I say cannot, it's almost never, right? There are times when we do impulsively speak out of turn and we say no to something, and then we can acknowledge that, but that's for another video. In general, really think about it. So when your child asks for something, let's say that they want candy right now. Before you just knee-jerk reaction and say no, think about, okay, right now it's dinner time and I don't want my child to have candy before dinner time. But if I say no, they're going to have a meltdown. Do I want to handle that meltdown right now? Am I in an emotional space where I can handle it? And if you're not, it's okay to say, sure, you can have 1 piece of candy. Or you can use other strategies that I talk about in other videos of like, yes, and yes, you can have the candy and we'll have that after dinner. But in general, if you're going to say no, be prepared for the backlash and do not change to a yes. Because if you change to a yes, then you are teaching your child to act either in a tantrum or to slam the door or to back talk or to call you names, whatever it may be. Really think about what you are going to say before you say it. Number 3, logical, robotic consequences. In each one of these books, after you've learned things about positive intent and empathy and being able to redirect and, oh, we don't hit, we use gentle hands, you're going to get to the point where you're like, okay, but my kids slap me in my face. Now what do? Do I take their hand and go gentle hand? I mean, maybe when they're really young, but once they're old enough and they need a consequence for their action, what does that look like? In most of the books, they will talk about when you give a consequence, don't make a big emotional deal about it. That means don't make your eyes really, really big. Don't talk through your teeth. No threatening, no yelling, no getting upset. I want you to be cool as a cucumber. That means you go, oh, you decided to slap me in the face. That means you are going to blank. Maybe the logical consequence for you is going to be get up and walk away. Maybe the logical consequence is having them go in their cozy corner in their room. If it's a teenager and let's say that they didn't study for their test and they failed it and you want to give a logical consequence that tonight you are going to spend 1 hour, studying to catch up and do better. When you are telling them to do whatever the consequence is, you're not going to say things like, well, you see, you didn't study for the test and now I'm going to make you sit down and study. Instead, you're just going to go, oh, you didn't study, so tonight you're going to study for 1 hour. You have the power to change your home from chaos to calm. You only need these 3 bones to get you started, and I promise you, comment and please let me know if you institute these 3 bones within 24 hours, the atmosphere in your home will be more positive. This builds the relationship with your child, which is really what gentle parenting, conscious discipline, healthy parenting, mindful parenting, intentional parenting, oh my God, there's a million different ways to say this. It's what they're all about. They're all authoritative, where we are teaching our children that yes, you have desires. Yes, you have needs and wants. And I want to give you those needs and wants. And these are the appropriate ways to do it. I hope this video was helpful. Please come back next week, hit the subscribe, the like, let me know if you have a specific challenge, and I'll see you then. Bye.